What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today's video is a weekly update for Prismatic Evolutions. A couple people really enjoy watching these videos, so I'm gonna be putting this out until further notice. Probably for the next couple more weeks, we'll really see how this set goes. It seems like kind of Prismatic Evolutions is kind of staying stagnant right now, but it's going up. Some products are going up, some products aren't. We are gonna be able to tell kind of really what happens with this set here in the next couple weeks because we will getting booster bundles, so we'll be talking about that here in a little bit, but just kind of want to go through the price right now, the products and everything like that. I would have to say this though, this set is still the most expensive set raw cards in the whole entire Pokemon era. It's crazy. $7,800. This set is higher than Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies that I last seen was sitting for around, I think, $4,500, around that area. So we still have, this set is $3,300 more than Evolving Skies. Prismatic Evolution is just a crazy set. It does have Pokeballs and Master Balls in it, so it kind of gives that big factor to it here too. But we let you know we're gonna keep going through this, and there's a very interesting thing that I'm really starting to see something here. Is we'll talk about this here in a second, but let's just okay. So let's see how many cards are above $100. 5, 10, and 14 cards. 14 cards. So it does seem like some cards are kind of getting out of that $100 mark. It seems like the same ones are kind of staying in the above $100 mark. And then it's crazy because look, only 4 cards or 3 cards are in that 180 mark, and that 11 cards are above the $200 mark. You know what I mean? Some of these cards are starting to go crazy in price. Like it's crazy to see the prices on these cards. Like it makes sense why this set's just so hot, because the cards in the set are really expensive, really extremely expensive. But the one thing that I would have to say that is very interesting to me is we finally have a different card than the Evolutions kind of pop back up into like the top 10. So Eevee, the SAR, was sitting in the top 10 for a while, and no other cards were in the top 10 beside Evolutions. Guess what? Look what happens in there now. We got Celery, my favorite card from this set. This artwork is absolutely beautiful. I love this artwork so much. I love this card right here. Beautiful card. I think this is maybe one of my favorite cards in this set personally, is the artwork. Love to get a PSA 10, but PSA 10 prices, we're going to be looking at some of these over here in a little bit. They're kind of crazy for this set right now. Absolutely crazy. But we'll kind of be going through that. Like I said, it seems like this set's just kind of staying stagnant right now, it seems like, really. But we're going to go to the main thing that I like looking at every single week. We're going to be looking at pop reports. Really like looking at pop reports. And it's really starting to get interesting because now we're starting to get, look, now there's 3,100 cards that have got graded. I'm going to be going down through this and looking at this. As always, all the way to the right hand side is a total number of cards in that kind of, I guess, that card that's been graded. The second column is the 10s, and the third column is the 9s, and so on and so forth. Okay, we're mainly paying attention to the 9s and 10s, really, some 8s, and depending where we're getting here. But the main cards that I really like looking at right now is the Master Balls. As we see Leafeon Master Ball, it does have 3 10s, 2 9s, so it's not crazy hard to grade, but some of the 10s are kind of harder to grade. The one thing I have to say is, look, as we see right here, the Leafeon Surprise Box exclusive, these cards have already started to get graded, and they're what, like less than a week old? Like, it's crazy to see this. I think they are a week old starting tomorrow, actually. I think they are. So 2 of them has already been graded, and 2 of them have already hit a 10. I will probably start seeing the same thing kind of happen with most of those that kind of hit a 10. And look right here, look at this. This is the interesting Flareon Master Ball. There is only 6 of them that have been graded, but 4 of them are a 9, 2 of them are an 8, 0 of them are a 10. Okay. We got the Flareon Surprise Box exclusive. There's only been 1 of them been graded, PSA 10. So it seems like the Surprise Box cards are not that hard to grade. I will be opening a Surprise Box this weekend on live stream on Sunday. So stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. The one card that I want to get a 10 in, oh, it's not here. But look, okay, we got the Vaporeon Master Ball, 110, 2 9s. So some of them, it still seems like some of them are still starting to catch up to that grading. It seems like it's gonna be a little while for these cards to get graded. But look at this right here. This is very interesting to me too. Glaceon Master Ball, 110, 13 9s. 13 9s. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's still a little early to tell. There's only less than 20 cards graded of most of these cards, so you can't really tell 100% what is going to be the factor here. But it's just something, like I said, continually I like to pay attention to with this set to see what happens long term. Like I said, long term, this is going to have effects on this set. If there is cards, we're starting to see that right now with the early Scarlet and Violet cards, that if it is a harder card to grade, the prices will fluctuate, and the prices will I guess tell that in the future. Like it'll come to that true valuation that it is harder to grade. So people will value that card higher. That's just what I'm saying. That's just how it is. Jolteon, there's only been 5 of them 10, 11 of them 9s. So it seems like that is a card of the grade. Jolteon Surprise Box, 1 to 110. It's already been graded. Espeon Master Ball, 5 PSA 10s, 18 PSA 9s. Like I said, it's seeming like these Master Balls are harder to grade than I'm seeing, at least on the Evolutions. It makes sense because if you see an Evolution in person, they kind of all have like a lot of texture on it. It is a lot of stuff that's easier to mess up in the pack and everything like that. It's just way easier to mess up. Sylveon Master Ball, 1, 10, 11 9s. Wow, that's crazy. Sylveon Surprise Box, 110, 19. Groudon. This card right here, this is the one card that I want to get personally. Groudon Master Ball, I want to get this a PSA 10, but guess what? There's only one of them, and I bet you it's selling for an extreme price. That's just how it is right now. Like, some of these prices are crazy. Okay, so this is the one that I like to pay attention to, is the Umbreon Master Ball Reverse. Look, 35 10s, 80 9s. So you know what that means? I think I did the math a little bit ago. I think it's like a 43% 10 hit ratio. So we'll have to see. I feel like, and if we go to the Master Balls, like I said, we'll be looking at these here in a little bit, here in a minute. The Master Balls are kind of a little lower in price right now. So I feel like the Master Balls in this set are really undervalued. Like I said, we'll have to see how this plays out over time. Eevee Master Ball, 12 10s, 36 9s. What is that, like 33% of a hit ratio in 10s? You know what I mean? Like I said, it's too early to tell this 100%. We'll have to see what happens long term, but it's something to keep paying attention to and just look after, because we never know, because you can probably find like a diamond in the rough here, but that's just my opinion. We'll have to see what happens. But let's see if we can get down to these SARs. Leafeon SAR, there's been 157 graded, 61 10s, 83 9s. It does seem like these SARs are kind of harder to grade here, as we see Flareon EX, 43 10s, 63 9s. It does seem with most of these that they are kind of getting the lower 10 population and higher 9 population, so they are a little bit harder to grade. It seems like that has been the same way with most of Scarlet and Violet, besides like the beginning sets really, but that's just my opinion. Okay, now look at this. Vaporeon SAR, 30 10s, 66 9s. That means this is a less than 50% hit ratio for this, so that's good to know. That's good to know. Glaceon, 54 10s, 66 9s. Something to pay attention to. Like I said, Sylveon, 84 10s, 117 9s. It does seem like most of these are kind of getting that 50% hit ratio. The Umbreon SAR, look how many of them have already been graded. 861 of these have already been graded. That's crazy. 353 10s, 467 9s. Have to see what happens. Eevee Special Illustration, 26 10s and 69s. Pikachu Hyper Rare, 13 10s, 43 9s. So like I said, this is all the kind of, like I said, I go into these pop reports continually every week. It does seem like the Master Balls are kind of the harder ones to grade in this set so far, so we'll have to pay attention to that. Let's go to the single packs now. You know what's funny? When I did this video last week, somebody was like, oh, Prismatic Evolutions is old, we're not paying attention to Prismatic Evolutions no more. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? You can kind of see it in the numbers a little bit, but continually still every single day. If we look into last week, 158 packs, 128 packs, 297 packs, 315 packs, 133 packs. There is a lot of packs getting sold consistently on a day-to-day basis, so people love this set. People want to open this set, as we've seen with the pop reports. That is a big factor too. But if we go to Prismatic Evolutions ETB, these were starting to run up in price, and now they are kind of starting to stay a little bit stagnant right now. A little bit for the last couple of days they've stayed stagnant, but they did kind of have a big run up within the last 3 weeks. They went from like $100 up to $125. The one thing that I would have to say though is there is a product coming within the next 2 weeks that might have a big effect on the prices. Guess what that is? That is the booster bundle. I feel like this is going to be the first big product that comes out that might have effect on the prices, because this is just packs. There's nothing else that comes along with this, just packs. So we'll really have to see what really happens here, but I feel like the booster bundles could possibly play a factor. I can already see it in the comments right now that there is people saying like, oh, you're wanting to push this product, this, that, and the other. I'm not being able to get these, this, that, and the other. I know all kind of different things people are going to say about this. I understand. Hopefully you can get it. We'll have to see what happens though. But if I would have to say though, that is just box that just does not come with anything extra. It does have just the packs in it, so I feel like it will bring down the prices just a little bit. We'll have to see what happens though. These packs are kind of just staying, like I said, stagnant right now. We are getting some products that have been released recently, but they've only been like a little bit of products, surprise box in this 2-pack blister. That's not a lot of packs in one product to kind of get released, so we'll have to see what happens. Okay, so this blister comes out officially, I think Friday. I think today that I've put this video out, it does officially come out today. What is interesting to me is this thing is selling right now for $33. $33. This comes with 2 packs. but it does come with a promo card, and I'm pretty sure the promo does have a little bit of value to it, so I'm guessing that's why it makes sense. Me personally, I would be not purchasing this at all. I really would not. I have not purchased any of these. I know a lot of people were able to get it on Walmart like 2 days ago. I was not able to buy them on Walmart. I kind of missed the boat on that, so it's just whatever, you know what I mean? Like, whatever happens happens. But the one product, this product right here, the surprise box, I still think this is the value right here for people, because if we're gonna look here in a little bit, the surprise promos do have a little bit of value to them, and you could possibly pull that Umbreon promo that is selling for the $70 mark, which is the same price as the surprise box, so it gives it that little bit of value there. Like I said, that's just my opinion though. We'll have to see what really happens and see what happens. We do see a good amount of these surprise boxes getting sold. Like I said, I will be opening one of these on my live stream on Sunday. I should have the live stream about 3:30, 3 o'clock, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It'd be fun to open. I can't wait to open it, see which ones I get. We don't really see too many of these getting sold consistently. On release day, we've seen like 300 of them getting sold. Every day we see about 20, 30 of them getting sold, so it's nothing crazy. There is only 84 of them on the market, so we'll have to see what happens. This mini tin display, sneak peek, I did buy one of these. I did buy it from Marketplace. I bought it for about $200 from Walmart, but I was okay with that. Mini tin display case is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I love it, honestly, personally. I love it myself. There's not that many been getting of these purchased either. About the same amount of, like I said, it's only 2 packs in there. This is a little bit of pricey for the packs, I think. So let's look at the binder now. And what's also interesting to me too is I think this binder is way undervalued. I know it sounds crazy. You're like, oh, this is $67. Retail price is this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I know. All right, well, why am I saying that? I'm not going to pull it up, but if you know, I'll probably throw up a picture right now. The Pokemon 151 binder, it has 4 packs in it, and it has the Mew binder. I think that is going for, I want to say about $150 right now. I think around there. I'd have to throw up the picture about how much it is, but last time I seen it, it's about that price. And this one's selling for $67. So I personally have 30 of these binders. I will be keeping these binders for a very long time because I feel like these are in a undervalued product. I feel like these at least will be $100. We'll have to see what really happens here eventually. Like I said, this is just came out like a month ago, so we still have a lot of time for this set. This set is probably going to get printed a lot. There's a lot of products coming out, so a lot of different things. There's a lot of different things that are coming out with this product, but I would have to say I think these binders over time will be good product to have, so we'll have to see what happens. Let's get to the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. This one just continues to go up in price every single day. It just seems like it goes up and up and up, slowly but surely. Why is it mainly doing that? Well, if you don't know, or if you know, well, the Pokemon Center has not sent out a Prismatic Evolutions ETB, I guess, under restock yet. I think we will be getting one soon. I was thinking about putting a video out because I think there might be a day coming up here soon that they might be putting this on the Pokemon Center. We'll have to see what happens. I might kind of guess that day out. We'll see what happens. I might put that video up, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that video because I think we will be getting this soon. If you all already seen on the Pokemon Center, we do have, the Pokemon company has already said that we will be receiving this later this year, and I think we're getting close to that later this year already. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see what happens, but just know there is a big event happening next week with Pokemon, so stay tuned for that. Okay, all right. Throwing some sneak peeks out there. All right, now let's start to get into cards now. Well, let's get to the Umbreon SAR. This card, this is gonna be the same thing with most cards that we've kind of seen every single week. These cards are extremely expensive, especially this Umbreon, so you're gonna see it stagnate just a little bit. We do see this card kind of going up a little bit in price. It is going about for that $1,600 mark now. It seems like if we go down to the lowest listed, that is near mint, I see about $1,500. The lowest listed starred seller is $1,634. So this card is getting still bought up. If we still look at the recent data too, we will see this card got sold for $1,600, $1,633. It is kind of coming down a little bit in price, but the more products that come out, there's going to be more open. And as we've seen, what was there, like 815 of these already been graded? You know what I mean? So a lot of people like this card. A lot of people love this card. We'll have to see what happens long term with this card. This card right here, my buddy already has this card. He did. I think he sold it today, he told me, which is sad. You know what I mean? Like that. I kind of wanted to buy it off of him, but he got like $220 like store credit. So I think that was a really good deal he got. I think he got like 85% for the card, which was not bad at all, honestly. 85% from a store is pretty good deal in my opinion. But I feel like this is one of the cards that are very liquid right now and very fast to move. So we'll have to see. As we see, this card does get sold consistently, it seems like. As we see, this card does get sold consistently. But if you do see, this card has fell down a lot in price. Whenever this set got kind of first released, this set card was selling about the $400 mark. Now it's went down like to $290. I think as we see in the pop reports, there says about a 50% hit ratio for a 10. So I think this card will come up in value a little bit. I personally love the Master Balls. I think they're very highly undervalued right now. I feel like the Umbreon one is kind of correctly valued right now in my opinion, but if we start to see these other Master Balls, and if we start to see the pop reports that we've already received and we've already seen, like I said, there's not that many being graded so far, but still you can try to take some risks and see what that, but we'll see what happens. All right, we'll go to the Glaceon selling for about $300. Oh, that's light played. Let's go to Near Mint. You see Near Mint sales selling for 383, 345. This card is one of the ones that are going up in price, it seems like. We see last month, oh yeah, this one's actually going up in price. As we see, for on release day, this card was going for about 310, went down to 300, and then it has starting to move up, 325, 324, 345, 383. So this card is starting to move up in price. As we see, we do see these kind of with some of these cards. It's very interesting to see some of these going up, some of these going down, but it does seem like it is the same thing with all of these Master Balls. The Master Balls are kind of the same factor. A lot of them just been staying stagnant a little bit. As we see right here, look, literally within the last month, look, if we go back to release day, what was it, 17th? This card was selling about 48 ever since then. As we see, February 2nd, 45, 38, 42. It's been around that. The lowest has got down to the 38. It seems like it's starting to come back up now at about that $50 range, because this is one of the harder cards to grade. So we'll have to see what really happens here. Beautiful cards. I love the Master Balls. These do not seem like a horrible buy in my opinion. Like I said, I might make these plays, but I've said this a lot of times. We'll have to really see what I do. I might not. Probably not. I do have a lot of other stuff that I want to focus on right now too, so I will probably not be buying these. If we do see the Eevee, regular Eevee, it seems like it's staying about the same price consistently. We do see it kind of fluctuating here and there in price. See it kind of coming down a little bit in price. As we've seen earlier this month, selling for like 229, 229, 220, 242, 29, 229, 350. This was probably like one that looked like a 10 or something like that. 205, 205, 218, 219, 220. And then we go to up here, it's about that $200 mark. So it's kind of like that fluctuating between like $220, like $250 mark. But the thing is that you will see a lot of these cards just fluctuate in price just because of how new this set is and how much more product is coming out, because a lot of this product is getting opened up right now. I mean, an absolute lot of the product. Like, you look everywhere, this set just keeps getting open. Everybody loves this set. There's so much good chase cards in here. We see the Eevee now, it's been staying about the same price consistently. Well, it has come down a little bit actually. As we see earlier this month, selling about 46, 46, 47, 55, 39, 39, 39. If we go back up, it just seems like it's falling slowly but surely in price. Right now it's at $38. $38 for an Eevee Master Ball? I don't know, you know what I mean? Some of these cards, I'm just like, wait, what? Does this make sense to me? Like, I feel like personally, this is my opinion, not financial advice, not anything like that. I think these Master Balls should at least be minimum $100 each, minimum. They are harder cards to pull. There is fewer of them out there, but we'll have to see. But if we do look, that's what I would have to say though. This one does have 75 copies. If we do go to the Evolution, the Eevee SAR, it does have 18 copies. So there is less population of these out there. So I guess it kind of makes sense why these prices are lower, is because there is more of them out there. That's the main reason why, and you have a lot more selling pressure. You have a lot more people to kind of face. If you do have only a few of them out there, you have a lot less people to kind of not face or anything like that, and you can kind of set your prices where you want them to, because you have less people kind of bidding you down. That's just how this kind of market goes right now. It's very interesting. Sylveon is one of the cards that are kind of coming down in price a little bit. Like I said, it's very interesting to see which ones are kind of going up and going down, but the Sylveon was one of the ones that was sitting for like, I think like $600-700 when it first came out. So it has came down since that price. Like, as we see, this card very first release day was sitting about $700. It has came down a little bit. It's sitting about that $500 mark. I can see this card's probably staying about stagnant where it's at right now. We see the Sylveon Master Ball, it is sitting for about that $66 mark. But as you see, instead of the Eevee Master Ball, there was like 75 copies of the Eevee Master Ball. What was it sitting for, like $40, $38? We see the Sylveon, it only has 45 copies and sitting around that $66 mark. So it just really depends how many copies are out there. That will tell how, I guess, what the prices are really. If you look at the SARs, there is a lot less of them out there, so they are going to be extremely higher in price just because they're harder to pull and a lot of factors. And I think a lot of people just want to keep these. And another thing is, a lot of people are saying their card into grading. We do see the Leafeon SAR sitting for that 326. It does seem like it's coming down a little bit in price. If we go down to the Master Ball, there is, look how many of them. Oh, 36. So this is a lower pop one. You know what I mean? Some of these look very good to play. But as you see, this is selling for about $61, $61. Beautiful. I love the Master Balls personally. Like, I keep saying this in every single video, but I love the Master Balls personally. Damage 175. That's crazy. Let's go to Near Mint now. Alright, Near Mint on this Flareon is selling for, as we see beginning of this month, it was selling about 314, 300, 425, 321, 321, 367, 399, 387, 387, 386, 383, 387, 390, 355, and about that $400 mark. This was kind of like the 365, so it's fluctuating between that 350 to $400 mark. I would assume, why does it fluctuate so high and so low? Well, I think it is people are looking at the cars, I guess, on eBay or somewhere, and they see, ooh, this car is a more potential to get a 10, so they pay a higher premium for it. That is what you see right now. That is why you see, even if you look at the Scarlet by the base, I have heard of the Drowsy. If y'all know the illustration, I'm planning on to make a video about the illustrations here soon, but the illustrations are like, I guess, the ones that actually look good and the ones that actually look 10 worthy, they are selling for a higher premium. I'm pretty sure the Drowsy that I've said, I think I've seen one sell for like $200 raw, because the PSA 10 is like an 8 and somebody doesn't want to take that risk. So you know what I mean, that's just what happens. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I don't play the singles game, so we'll see what happens there. Let's look at this Flareon Master Ball. Okay, as we see earlier this month, sitting about 42, 42, 44, 50. It does seem like it's kind of going up. Yeah, it is going up at price. Actually, it was earlier this month sitting on that $42 mark. As we see going up, it is sitting on that $53 mark now, and it does seem like it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So we'll have to see what happens with this too as well. This Espeon right here is absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I still don't know which one I like better as an art. I don't know if I like this Espeon or if I like the Sylveon better. That's really hard to decide in my opinion which one I like better. But if we do see the Sylveon early this month, since 393, 390, 400, 400, 429, 429, 420, 429, 428, 450, 439. It has been rising in price a little bit, as we can see as well on the price charting. It is kind of rising in price a little bit. It is a beautiful card. People love this card so much. I personally love this card. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. If we go to the Master Ball, there's 53 of them listed. Let's see what the recent sales of this is going for. It looks like right there that it is kind of coming down in price a little bit, but let's see and look at the data and see. I like to look at the data and see. It does seem like it does staying stagnant a little bit. We go back to the beginning of the month: 70, 71, 72, 70, 65, 65, 70, 50, 63, 59, 64, 68. So it does seem like it's just kind of just staying stagnant. You will kind of see some of these cards kind of just staying stagnant as we see. Now let's get down to the Jolteon. We see on the graph right there, it's just kind of going up, but I like to look at the actual sales and data to see if these are actually going up in price or it is actually going down in price. So at the beginning of this month, the card was selling about 284, 303, 308, 340, 340, 343, 243. Wow, that's crazy. That was a big price jump. 275, 275, 280, 280, 300, 339, 340, 229, 190. These prices are all over the place. Oh my goodness gracious. This is crazy. 278, 314, 280, 280. It does seem like what it started at early this month, about that 280. Guess where it's back at? 280. You do have to see, like I said, the ones that are probably were selling for the higher price were the ones that were probably potential 10s. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. That's what I thought. We'll see what happens. Now let's look at the Jolteon Master Ball. Let's see what this has been doing in the last month. Go to the beginning of the month: 64, 63, 63, 60, 53, 50, 49, 58, 60, 60, 59, 55, 60, 60, 61, 61, 61, 59. It does seem within the last month it has came down a couple of dollars, but it does still say, like it's saying that for that same $60 price point. I'm trying to hurry this up and trying to get through these so I don't have to drag y'all out with these. I know we are just continuing going like the same thing, but like I said, I just want to see what some of these cards are doing, see how some of these going. Ooh, looks like the Vaporeon is actually going up in price actually, but let's see what happens. Let's look at the most recent sale. This is like 211. Like I said, it's not that crazy far back, but it's like a week or so back, so see what happens. Well, it's like 2 weeks back, so 300, 298, 370, 270, 296, 294, 299, 300, 295, 300, 293, 306, 270, 296, 295, 215. Oh my goodness, it does seem like this card's just staying stagnant around the same price. Hasn't really fluctuated or anything at all. Just seems like it hit that 200 mark, like that 300 mark, and just staying stagnant. Like I said, we have seen that with a lot of the same cards, with a lot of these cards actually. Like I said, but I feel like what is really going to play a big part in this is whenever we start to get those bundles. The booster bundles, I feel like, are going to play a big part in here. Let's go down to the Master Ball: 64, 64, 67, 68, 68, 68. We do see, it does seem like it's just kind of staying stagnant a little bit. It's went up a little bit, like $6 within that price window right there. Let's see, get these last couple cards. The Roaring Moon. I love this card right here personally. Beautiful card. As we see, this card is starting to rebound a little bit. The lowest I got to was like 170s. It does look like it's going to 185. The better artwork in this set, I feel like, is starting to play out a little bit. This is the one thing I want to have to talk about too. This is the surprise box promos. These are the surprise box promos. Most of these are sitting for about that $17 mark. These have fallen down in price a good amount, but the one that is still staying for a good amount of price is this Umbreon. As we see, there's 36 listed. Every other one of these we see 50 listed. So this one is the harder one to pull, of course. So guess what? This card is sitting for about $70. And if we've seen what the surprise box was selling for earlier, it was selling for about that $66 to $70 price point. So if you do get lucky enough to pull this Umbreon, you do pretty much pay for your surprise box itself. That is the one good thing that I like about a surprise box. We will be opening one this weekend. Make sure you stay tuned for that live stream. Make sure you subscribe. So we will be opening one this weekend. Hopefully I can pull Umbreon. I'm definitely going to sell it if I get it. I can tell you that. But let's look at this last card that I want to look at, the Celador Ridge. This card has been going kind of crazy in price, but let's look at the price movements over the last couple weeks, and let's see if this price is actually going up in price. But as we've seen, I kind of can tell it's going up in price, because if we looked earlier this week on the Poké data, it has moved up in price. So let's look. 206, 279, 260, 280, 250, 210. This card did drop down in price, it seems like. 215. Then that is starting to come back up in price a little bit. 234. So it did drop down from the 280 mark that it was at, but it did drop down to like the 200, as we've seen. 213, 215, like that, around that range. For like a day it was selling for that, like 2 days, and after that it hopped back up to 230, 240. It is at that 234 price point right now. But if we do see the bestseller that starred, it is 250 that has this card up there. Like I said, the artwork on this card, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. But let's start looking at some PSA 10s. We're almost done with this video, don't worry, I guarantee. I'm probably boring y'all to death, I know, but we still have a couple more cards that I want to kind of go over. PSAs, 10s, to see what these are selling for. We've already looked at the pop reports, really, and let's look at these PSA 10s. The one thing I have to say though is this Eevee from the Pokemon Center is kind of coming down in price just a little bit. I think last week, I seen this card sell for, I think it was around like the $900 mark, so it has fallen down like $100. There is a lot of people kind of grading their Prismatic Evolutions Eevee promo card. It makes sense because they want to open it and open the packs. We do see this Roaring Moon, $1,000 for PSA 10, crazy. Sylveon, $1,600. This is yesterday that I recorded this. Wow. Wait, oh, this is a Master Ball Eevee, 900 of these, $900 getting sold. This is Master Ball. Oh, Umbreon selling for $742. And look, the Eevee sold for $900 because, as we've seen, the Eevee was a harder one to grade. You see what I'm saying? And if you looked at the price of the Eevee, what was selling for, like, what, like $40? You know what I mean? Like, why are the prices so low on this? But we'll have to see what happens. $1,400. Dang, $3,500 for a PSA 10. Oh my goodness, $3,500 for this. Holy moly! I didn't know this card was selling for so much. I haven't seen this card, the Umbreon SAR, sell for a long time. $3,500, $37. These are bids. Holy moly, that's crazy. Look, let's see what I'm saying right here. The Pokemon Center ETB promo, it did sell for $900, but I think this one up here was a bid. That's why it sold for that price. I would assume so. Yes, look at it. It was a bid, as we've seen. That makes a lot of sense now. Yep, $760. That makes sense why it sold for that price. But to buy it now, is we're seeing it still sell for that $900 price point. We see some of these bids selling for about that $3,100 mark on the Umbreon. Other PSA 10s getting $250. For the Iron Crown, Umbreon $3,600, Iron Valiant $299, Jolteon PSA 10 getting sold for $900, Leafeon EX selling for $60. Holy moly! This is the PSA 10 Prismatic Evolutions Eevee SAR selling for $850. We can keep going and going and going, but this video is probably going to be like 30 minutes long. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I like doing this every single week to kind of go through this and see what's going on with this set. I love this set personally. It's nice to kind of pay attention and see what happens with this set. I feel like this set is kind of determining the market right now. But a big thing that's going to probably change this set within the next few weeks when we start looking at this is going to be these booster bundles. We'll have to see if it really does change it. The pack price we're going to be paying attention to. The prices of the singles we're going to be paying attention to. We'll be paying attention to a lot of things in the pop reports. See what happens. But hope you enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Peace.